won't ever get cool. Well, do you have to make candy today? It's such a hot day. Well, I have all those new orders. Ed went out and got a bunch of new orders. My, it keeps on. I suppose you'll be opening up a store. That's what Ed was saying last night. But I said no. I want to be a dancer. Well, the only trouble with dancing is it takes so long. You've been studying for such a long time. Only 8 years. Besides, Mother, you've been writing plays for 8 years. We started at the same time, didn't we? Well, yes, but you shouldn't count my first 2 years because I was learning to type. I think the candy's ready now, Miss Essie. Oh, thanks, Reba. I'll bring some in. Mother, I want you to try it. Did you finish the second act of Sycamore? What, Reba? I said, did you finish the second act? Oh, no. I've just got Cynthia entering the Monastery. Wasn't she just at the Kit Kat? Well, yes, but she gets tired of the Kit Kat Club, and there's this monastery, so she goes there. Do they let her in? Oh, yes. I made a visitor's day, so of course anybody can come. Oh. So she arrives on visitor's day and just stays. You mean she stays all night? Oh, yes. She stays 6 years. 6 years? My, I bet she busts that monastery wide open. 6 years later.
Oh, Mr. DePinna!
Yeah?
Mr. DePinna, we bring you the skyrockets, please. I want to show Miss Sycamore.
Sure.
Oh, look, Penny. Look at these new little firecrackers just made. Some 18 strings for a set. Well, listen. Nice, huh?
Yes, Paul, dear, were you ever in a monastery?
No, I wasn't. Wait till you see the new skyrocket we just made. Gold stars and blue stars and bombs and bam! A balloon! Oh, Mr. Pan thought of the balloon.
That sounds lovely. Did you do all that today?
Sure, we have. Oh, here we are. Look, Penny, we made for 18 cents, we get some for 50. Oh, how many do we think we can make before the 4th of July, Mr. Pan?
Well, we still got 2 weeks yet. What day are you going to bring stuff up to Mount Vernon?
That week, you know, we're getting a larger boost here. Got a lot of stuff waiting for it. Come on, we're not there yet.
Wait, Mr. Sycamore, I'm afraid the powder chamber is just a little bit too close to the balloon.
We got to start some bombs in between.
But that don't hit the balloon plenty of time. A balloon needs plenty of time.
Come on, let's go inside and try it.
All right. Mr. DePinna. Yes? If a girl you loved entered a monastery, what would you do? I don't know, Mrs. Sycamore. It's been too long. Is Miss Alice going to be home for dinner yet, Mrs. Sycamore? What? Oh, I don't know. Maybe. Well, I'll set a place for her, but she's only been home one night this week. Yes, I know. Miss Essie's doing something new with the candies. I think she's adding more coconuts. Uh-huh. That's nice. Let's see. 6, and Mr. DePinna and Mr. Colencob come. That'll be 8, right? Yeah, I'll set it for 8. You know what, Reba? I think I'll put this play away for a while and go back to my war play. The war play? I always loved that one. Boom! Boom! They'll be better when they're harder, Mother. But try one. I want to know what you think. Oh, they look lovely. What do you call them? I think I'll call them Love Dreams. That's nice. Oh, I'm going back to my war play. Essie, what do you think, Mother? Oh, yes. I sort of got myself into a monastery and I can't get out. What a way to come to you. Remember how you got out of that brothel? The snakes look hungry. Did Reba feed them? I don't know. Reba, did you feed the snakes yet? No, Donald's coming and he always has flies with him. Okay, but make sure to feed them before Grandpa gets home. You know how fussy he is about them. Yes, ma'am. And here, take Groucho and Harpo into the kitchen with you. Believe I'll have another love dream.
Oh, Mr. DePinna was right about the balloon. Too close to the powder.
Want a love dream, Father? They're on Mother's desk.
Thanks. Gotta wash.
I'm going back to my workplace, Paul.
Nice. We're putting some Red Star Fem bombs and then the balloon. That's good.
You know, Mr. Kolokov says I'm his most promising pupil. You'd think that with 40 bumps and 1 girl, that something would happen.
Essie! Hey, Essie!
I like it. Did you write it?
No, Big
It's lovely. It's got a lot of you in it. I made those new candies today.
Yeah?
You can take them around later tonight. you and Essie have a baby. I was thinking about it just the other day.
Well, I don't know. We can have it if you want us to. How about it, Essie? Do you want to have a baby?
Oh, I don't care. I'm willing to if Grandpa is.
Let's ask him.
Labor play, religious play, sex play. Oh, no, it's your someplace. I was right about the balloon. Too close to the powder.
Anything you want printed, Mr. DePitto? How about some more calling cards?
No thanks. I still got the first thousand.
We'll call on somebody, will you?
All right.
What's for dinner, Reba? I'm ready to print the menu.
Watermelon, those candies I've necessity, cornflakes, and some kind of meat, but I can't remember what.
I think I'll set up a bold-faced Cheltenham tonight. You know, if I'm going to be taking Essie's candies around later, then I should print up some descriptive matter after dinner to go along with them.
Do you think anybody actually reads those things, Ed, that you put in the candy boxes? Ah, here's the war play. Poison gas. That must be Donald. Look at me, the smile.
The boyfriend, eh, Reba?
They're awfully cute, Donald and Reba. Donald!
Hello, Reba. Evening, everybody.
Hi, Donald. How have you been?
Good, Mr. Ed. How you been, Miss Sycamore?
Very well, thank you. Donald,
Yes, ma'am.
have you ever been in a monastery?
No. I'm on relief.
Ah, yes, of course.
I see you've been working, Mrs. Sycamore.
Yes, indeed, Donald.
How's Grandpa?
Just fine. He's over at Columbia this afternoon. The commencement exercises.
My. The years certainly do roll round.
M-E-E-T. Meat. What's he go there for all the time, Penny?
Oh, I don't know. It's so handy, just around the corner.
Oh, Doug! Mr. DePin and I are going to take the fireworks up to Mount Vernon next week. Do you think you can give us a hand?
Yes, sir. Only thing is, I can't take no money for it, because if the government finds out I'm working, they'll get sore.
Oh. Oh, Ed, I just got the most wonderful idea in the bathroom just now. Read Trotsky. It's yours, isn't it?
Yeah, I left it there.
Who is it?
Trotsky. You know, the Russian Revolution?
Oh,
Anyway, it struck me as a great fireworks idea. Remember the last days of Pompeii?
oh yes, Palisades Park. That's where we met.
Well, I'm going to do the revolution. A full-hour display.
Say!
Oh, that's wonderful.
The red fire's the flag, huh?
Sure, and the Tsar and the Cossacks.
And the freeing of the slaves!
No, Tom, the Russian Revolution.
Well, all I can say is you should have been there. That's all I can say. You should have been there.
Was it a nice commencement, Grandpa?
Wonderful. They get better every year. I don't know how lucky they are. The snakes.
Big class this year, Grandpa? How many were there?
Oh, must have been about 2 acres. Everybody graduated. Yes, sir. And they had much funnier speeches this year than they had last year. You want to hear a speech? You go up and hear Father Divine. I'll wait. They'll have my Columbia.
Donald, will you go tell Reba that Grandpa's home and we won't wait for Miss Alice?
Yes, ma'am. Reba, Grandpa's home. We can have dinner.
We just made a new skyrock today, Grandpa. Wait till you see it.
Evening, Grandpa.
Here, Mr.
Did
Boo.
you make a flying rocket day, Mr. Lieutenant?
We sure did.
Why are we on fireworks at commencements?
Don't make enough noise. You say a good commencement orator, and they'll jot out a whole carload of fireworks. And they'll say just as much, too.
Don't the graduates ever say anything?
No, they just sit there in cap and nightgown, get their diplomas, and then about 40 years along the line, they suddenly say, "Where am I?"
Hello, Grandpa. Have a nice day.
Hello, have a nice day. Don't I ever get kissed?
Excuse me, Grandpa.
Oh, I'll take a tomato, too.
Father?
Oh, no thanks.
Mother? No thanks here.
Give me something, eh?
All right.
There was a letter that came to you today, Grandpa.
What's for me? I don't know anybody.
Well, it was for you. It had your name on it.
Well, where is it?
I don't know. Mother, where's the letter that came for Grandpa? What, Essie? Where's the letter that came for Grandpa last week? Oh, I don't know. But I remember seeing the kittens on it.
Who was it from? Did you notice?
Yes, it was on the front.
Well, who was it?
The United States government.
Really? Wonder what they wanted. Well, if any more, I wish you'd give it to me.
Yes, Grandpa.
I think I'll go out to Westchester tomorrow and do a little snake hunting.
God's state to say it's God.
What's that?
God's state to say it's
Who
God.
says that?
Trotsky.
Oh, that's all right. I thought you said it.
It's good for printing, you know. Good and short. G-O-G space, I-S space, T-H-E space.
And so the beautiful princess entered her palace and kissed her mother, and her father, and her grandfather.
Hello, darling.
And what do you think? They turned into the Sycamore family. Surprise?
Ooh, Alice, I like it.
Do you?
It's new, isn't it? It looks nice and summery.
Where'd you get it? Just took a little walk during lunch hour.
Who was taking a lot of walks recently? That's the second new dress this week.
Just like to brighten up the office every once in a while. Notice the Cape Francis, Kirby and Company. Anyway, what's new around here in the way of playwriting, ballet dancing, and fireworks, and commencements? Dad, I bet you've been down in that cellar all day.
Oh, I'm going back to my work play, Alice.
Really, Mother?
And play that Beethoven thing you wrote. My virginity is a priceless thing to me. Listen, people. Listen!
I won't be home for dinner tonight. A young gentleman is calling me.
Really? Who is it? Wow, isn't that nice?
I did everything to keep him from coming here. In fact, he's calling for me.
Oh, why don't you both stay for dinner?
No, I wanted to take you guys in easy doses. So, Mother, I'll read a play for him. And Grandpa, please don't let a snake bite him. Because I like him. And Estelle will dance with him. We're going to the Monte Carlo Ballet tonight.
Can't do anything. Who is he? The President of the United States?
No, he's the Vice President of Kirby and Company, Mr. Anthony Kirby Jr.
The boss's son! Wow!
Yep, the boss's son, just like in the movies.
That explains the new dresses.
And not being home to dinner for 3 weeks.
Why, Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, are you going to marry him?
Oh, yes, tonight. I'll go for my wedding dress.
Is he good looking?
Oh, yes, in a word. Oh, dear, what time is it?
I don't know. Does anybody know what time it is?
I think Mr. Pan might know.
It was 5 o'clock a couple of hours ago, so that might help.
I don't know better than asking other people. Mother, will you let me know the second he comes?
Why, of course, Alice.
I know, but I mean, like, the second he comes.
Why, of course.
Be sure.
Wow! What do you think of that?
She seems to like it if you ask me.
I should say so. She's got it bad. Oh, wouldn't it be wonderful if they got married? Oh, we could have the wedding right in this room.
Hey, this is the first time he's ever called for the girl.
You only called for me once.
That's why young people are different nowadays.
Oh, I don't know. Look at me and Ed. He came to dinner once and just stayed. Anyhow, I think it's wonderful. Don't you, Grandpa?
She certainly seems happy about
Oh,
it.
he must be crazy about her. Maybe he's the one that's been taking her out to dinner every night. Oh, this must be him. Now, everybody, remember what Alice said and be very nice to him.
All right, let's take a look at the boy.
Well, welcome to our little home.
How do you do?
I'm Alice's mother. Do come right in. Here we are. This is Alice's grandfather, Alice's father, Alice's sister Essie, and Essie's husband, Ed Carmichael. Now, give me your hat and make yourself right at home.
I'm afraid you must be making a mistake.
How's that?
My car.
Wilbur C. Henderson, Internal Revenue Department.
That's right.
What can we do for you?
Does Mr. Martin Vanderhoff live here?
Yes, sir, that's me.
Mr. Vanderhoff, the government would like to speak to you about a little matter of income tax.
Income tax?
Mind if I sit down?
No. Go right ahead.
Thank you.
Yes. No, it isn't, darling. It's an internal something or other. Pardon me. Mr. Sycamore.
What is it?
These things aren't
Oh,
going
no,
on.
this is the man I'm right busy.
Oh, sorry.
Pardon me.
Now, Mr. Vanderhoff, we've written you several letters about this, but have not had any reply.
Oh, that's what those letters were.
I told you they were from the government.
According to our records, Mr. Vanderhoff, you've never paid income tax before.
That's right.
Well, why not?
I don't believe in it.
Well, you own property, don't you?
Yes, sir.
And you receive a yearly income from it.
I do.
Between $3,000 and $4,000, Mr. Vanderhoff.
About that.
You've been receiving it for years.
I have. 1901 if you want the exact date.
Well, the government is only concerned from 1914 on. That's when the income tax started. Well, it seems, Mr. Vanderhoff, that you owe the government 24 years back income tax.
Wait a minute. You can't go back that far. That's outlawed.
What's your name?
What difference does that make?
Ever filed an income tax return?
No.
What was your income last year?
Oh, $28 and 17 cents. Wasn't it, Essie?
Yes, sir.
If you please. Now, Mr. Vanderhoff, you know there's quite a penalty for not filing an income tax.
Penalty?
Let me ask you a question, Mr. Henderson.
Well,
Say I pay you this money. Mind you, I'm not saying I'm going to pay it, but for the sake of argument, what's the government going to do?
how do you mean?
Well, if I go into Macy's and I buy something, there it is. I see. What's the government going to give me?
Well, the government gives you everything. It protects you.
From what?
Well, invasion, foreigners that might come over here and take everything you've got.
I don't think they're going to do that.
Well, if you didn't pay income tax, they would. How do you think the government keeps up the army and the navy, all those battleships?
The last time we used battleships was in the Spanish-American War. And what did we get out of that? Cuba. And we gave that back. Now, I wouldn't mind paying for something sensible.
Sensible. Well, what about Congress and the Supreme Court and the President? We've got to pay them, don't we?
Not with my money, no sir.
Now, wait a minute. I'm not here to argue with you. All I'm saying is you have a tax to pay and you've got to pay.
You've got to show them.
We don't have to show you. I just told you. All those buildings down in Washington and interstate commerce and the Constitution.
The Constitution was paid for a long time ago. And interstate commerce. What even is interstate commerce?
There are 48 states, see? And if there were no interstate commerce, nothing can get from one state to the other, see?
Why, they got fences?
No, they haven't got fences, they got laws. My God, I never came across anything like this before.
Well, I might pay about $75, but that's it.
You pay every sentiment like everybody else.
Listen, Essie, listen to this for a minute.
And let me tell you something. You go to jail. If you don't pay that, you pay that. That's the law. If you don't pay that, you're not better than anybody else. You're here for the United States government. And you know what? That's all I can say.
Look out for those
How was that, Essie?
Fine, Ed.
I'll tell you, folks.
I liked it.
Oh, he forgot his hat.
Say, what size is that?
7 and an 8.
Huh, just my size.
Say, who was that fellow anyway?
Oh,
Oh, this must be Mr. Kirby.
you better make sure this time.
Yes, I will. I hope he's good looking. How do you do?
Good evening.
Is this Mr. Anthony Kirby Jr.?
Why, yes.
Oh, do come right in. We've been expecting you. Do come right in. This is really Mr. Kirby. I'm Alice's mother. This is Mr. Sycamore, Alice's grandfather, Alice's sister Essie, and Essie's husband, Ed Carmichael. Well, now that you've met everybody, give me your hat and make yourself right at home. Mr. Kirby, mother. Yes, it is, darling. And he's lovely. Oh, do sit down, Mr. Kirby.
Thank you. I hope I'm not keeping you from dinner.
No, not at all. I was gonna offer you a tomato.
So, no. Thank you.
How about a piece of candy?
Oh, no thanks.
Oh, I forgot to introduce Mr. DePinna. This is Mr. DePinna, Mr. Kirby. I believe I read about your father in the newspaper the other day. Did he get indicted or something?
Oh, hardly that. He just testified before the Security Commission.
Ah, yes. I'm sure there was nothing crooked about it, Mr. DePina. As a matter of fact, Alice has often told us what a wonderful man your father is.
Well, I know Father can get along with that Alice. She knows more about the business than anyone.
Aren't you a little young, Mr. Kirby, to be vice president of such a big place like that?
Well, you know what that means, Vice President. All I have is a desk with my name on it.
Is that all? Don't you get any salary?
A little more than I'm worth, I'm afraid.
Oh, now you're just being modest.
Sounds kind of dull to me. Wall Street. Do you like it? Well, the hours are short, and I haven't been there very long. Just out of college, huh? Sort of knocked around for a while. Had fun. What'd you do? Travel? For a little. Then I went to Cambridge for a year. Ah, England. That's right. Say, did you ever see the English commencement? What's it like? Oh, very impressive. They are, huh? Anyhow, now the fun's over, and I'm getting ready to face the world.
Oh, well, you certainly got a good start, Mr. Kirby. Vice president, a rich father.
Well, that's hardly my fault.
Oh, well, now I suppose you're ready to settle down and get married.
Oh, come on now, Penny. I think Mr. Kirby knows his own mind.
I wasn't making up his mind for him, was I, Mr. Kirby?
Mrs. Sycamore, it's
You
my fault.
see, you mustn't rush him, Mother. Well, all I was saying is he's bound to get married, and suppose the wrong girl gets him.
Well, here I am, under sugar blue. Guess you all have had some time to get acquainted.
Oh, yes, indeed. We were just having a delightful talk about love and marriage.
So sorry I came down as soon as I could.
I didn't mind the police.
And those flies in the kitchen. Miss Alice, you look beautiful.
Thanks, Reba. I'm going out.
Stepping up.
That must be Mr. Polycroft. I think we better go.
All right.
Grandpa, you take cream on your cornflakes? I forget.
Half and half, Donald. Yes, that's Kolokov, all right.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Grandpa, I have my friends in Russia. The second fighter fled this village.
I practiced today, Mr. Polycroft.
My Pavlova.
Well, if you excuse us, Mr. Polycroft.
My little Alice, never have I seen you look so magnificent.
Thank you, Mr. Kolnikov. This is Mr. Kirby. Mr. Kirby, this is SE Dance teacher, Mr. Kolnikov.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Right. Well, if you excuse us, Mr. Kolnikov, we're going to go to the Monte Carlo Ballet.
Monte Carlo Ballet! It stinks.
Right. Well, good night, everybody.
Good night. I'm so glad to have met you all.
The Monte Carlo Ballet.
What? Isn't Mr. Kirby wonderful? Oh, come on, everybody. Dinner's ready.
I thought he was a pretty nice fellow, didn't you?
And so good looking, too. Oh, and he had such wonderful manners. Did you notice, Paul? Did you notice his manners?
I sure did, but you're being pretty personal with him.
Oh, now, Paul. Anyhow, I think he's a very nice young man.
He looks like a cousin of mine.
Diablo, then you have had the ballet.
Oh, I think if they get married here, I'd like to put the altar right where the snakes are. You wouldn't mind, Grandpa, would you?
Not the snakes, don't.
No, but they want to get married in a church. His family and everything.
All right, everybody quiet, everybody quiet. Well, sir, here we are again. We'd like to thank you for everything you've given us, and we're very much obliged. Remember, all we ask is just go along and be happy in our own sort of way. Of course, we want to keep our health, but as far as anything else is concerned, we leave it up to you. Thank you. So, the second 5-year plan is a failure, eh, Kolokov?
Catastrophic and wait until they try 35-year plan.
Oh, of course his parents are going to want to come. Can you imagine Alice marrying the Kirk? Isn't it exciting?
All of the wedding march on my xylophone.
Right here for dinner. I'm starving. Oh,
I can see the pants any night of the week. I think they're marvelous.
They are, aren't they? But simply just stepping into a theater gives me a thrill.
Oh, it's been so lovely, Tony. Hate to have it over.
Oh, is it over? Do I have to go right away?
Not if you don't want to.
I don't.
Well, how about a cold drink?
Wonderful.
I'll see what we have in the icebox. Want to come along?
I follow you to the end of the earth.
Just the kitchen is fine.
Why, I like it. You've done it very simply, haven't you?
Yes, we couldn't decide whether to do it Empire or New Grecian.
So you settled for Phrygia?
Yes, it's so easy to live with. And thankfully you're not hungry, Mr. K. A nice box full of cornflakes will give you a rough idea of the Sycamores.
You know, these bottles, they're always in pain because, you know, all you gotta do is, and it works.
I'll take mine in a glass if you don't mind.
There you are, a foaming beaker.
Thank you. Anyhow, it's cold.
Now, if you please be seated, I'd like to make a toast.
We are seated.
Miss Sycamore, to you.
Thank you. To you, Mr. Kirby.
You wanna know something funny?
What?
I wouldn't trade 1 minute of this evening for all the rice in China.
Really?
Cross my heart.
Is there much rice in China?
Terrific. Haven't you read The Good Earth? Well, I suppose I ought to go.
Is it very late?
Very. I don't want to go.
I don't want you to go.
I don't want to go either. If you want me to stay, then I'll stay. Are you sure? I'll stay. Okay, all right. So when do you think you're going to get your vacation?
Last 2 weeks in August.
I might take mine then too.
Really?
What are you going to do?
I don't know. I haven't given much thought to it.
Travel, maybe?
I might not. I like the city in the summertime.
I do too.
But don't you usually go up to Maine?
I do, but, you know, I think I'd love the city in the summertime if, you know what I mean, Alice. I'd love it if you were there with me.
Like it if you were there too, Tony.
Then you know what you're saying, don't you?
What?
That you'd rather spend the summer with me than anybody else.
Was I?
Now, if you feel that way about the summer, how about the winter?
Maybe.
Then there's also spring and autumn, if you could see a way clear on those.
I might.
Then that's the whole year. We haven't missed anything, have we?
I guess not.
Alice, is that you? What time is it? Mr. Kirby. I had no idea. I didn't mean to interrupt anything.
It's quite all right, Mrs. Sycamore.
I've just come down for one of my manuscripts, and then you can go right ahead. Here it is. Sex takes a holiday. Now, good night, Tony.
Good night, Mrs. Sycamore.
Oh, but I think you can call me Penny. Don't you, Alice? At least I hope so.
What was that?
Don't worry, Tony. It was just father.
At this time of night.
Any time of night, any time of day.
You know something? You're more lovely, more adorable, more beautiful than anyone else in the entire world.
Don't, Tony.
What? Your mother? All mothers are like that. And Penny's a darling. You see that? I'm even calling her Penny.
It's not just that, Tony. This is something I should have said to you a long time ago, but I let myself get swept away because I loved you so.
Oh, darling.
No, Tony. I'm gonna make it very clear to you. We're of a different world. A whole different kind of people. I don't mean money or socially. No, that's too silly. My family and yours, Tony, it wouldn't work. It just wouldn't work.
All right, have it your way. She can't dance, so they put her in all the movies because she can't dance.
Well, I don't help dancing what she does.
Oh, hello. How is the ballet?
It was fine, Essie.
Wonderful.
Hello there.
Hello.
Now look, what do you people think? Ed and I just saw Monastery and Ginger Rogers. Do you think she can dance, Mr. Kirby?
I always thought so.
What does she do, anyhow? Now look, you're Fred Astaire, and I'm Ginger Rogers. Essie, please. What? I only want to use it for a minute.
You are just as good as Ginger Rogers. We all agree, okay?
You see, Ed?
Yeah, come on, Essie. Let's go. We're butting in here.
Oh, nonsense. They've been here all night. Good night, Alice. Good night, Mr. Kirby.
Good night, Mrs. Carmichael.
Good night. Essie, did you ask Grandpa about us having a baby?
Oh, yes, he said to go right ahead.
You see, that's what it would be like.
Alice, we're not going to be living with your family. It's just going to be you and I.
No, Tony, it's not that simple. Others could break away, but I just couldn't. I don't know. They're gay and they're fun, and I think they have a kind of nobility about them.
You're talking as if you're the only one who can understand them. Everybody's got a family. Here, ready? Take mine. My father raises orchids at 10,000 a bulb. Is that sensible? My mother believes in spiritualism. That's just as bad as writing plays, isn't it?
No, Tony. It goes deeper than that. Your father raises orchids because he can afford to, and your mother believes in spiritualism because it's fashionable. My mother writes plays because 8 years ago, a typewriter was just delivered here by mistake.
Darling, what of it?
And what about Grandpa? 35 years ago, he just quit business one day. He started up the elevator to his office and just came right back down. He just stopped. He could have been a wealthy man, but he said it took too much time. So for 35 years, he just went to circuses and commencements and collected snakes. Never once a curse to any of them.
Hello there, children.
Hello, Grandpa.
How's the weather outside? Looks like a nice summer night.
It's lovely, Grandpa.
Well, I'm off with Kirby. I'm gonna take the policeman on the corner.
Policeman?
Yes, I've noticed he was a little boy. We meet at 12:30 every night. He's really a doctor, but when he graduated, he came to me and he said, I don't want to be a doctor. I want to be a policeman. So I said to him, you go ahead and you be a policeman, if that's what you want to be. And he did. How did I name hat?
It's very nice, Mr. Randolph.
Yeah, I like it too. The government gave it to me.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't know you folks was in here.
It's all right, Donald.
Reba kind of fancied some candy. You guys didn't want any, did you?
No, Donald.
Thank you. You guys have a nice evening.
Yes, Donald.
Nice ballet.
Yes, Donald.
Nice dinner.
Yes, Donald.
That's nice.
Now do you understand? Could you explain Donald to your father? Could you explain Grandpa? You couldn't, Tony. You couldn't. I love you, Tony, but it's no use.
Darling, there's only one thing you said. One thing that matters at all. You said you love me.
Tony, I know so well.
But don't you think other people have the same problem? Everyone has a family.
Not like mine.
This doesn't stop anything. You know that. You must. Your family wants to be happy, don't they? They must.
But they can't change, Tony. I wouldn't want them to change.
They don't have to change. They're charming and lovable people just the way that they are. Everything will work out. And you're worrying about something that's never going to come up.
Tony, am I?
You are. All that matters is we love each other. That's so, isn't it?
Yes. Tony.
No, I like to see a little more gaiety around here. You know, young gentlemen calling and getting engaged and everything.
Well, what do I say?
Well, first you thank the young gentleman for getting engaged to you, obviously.
Thank you, Mr. Kirby, for getting engaged to me.
Then you tell him what it was that first took your girlish heart.
It was the back of your head.
What?
Yeah, it wasn't your charm or your money. It was the back of your head. I just liked it.
And what happened when I turned around?
Yeah, I got used to it eventually.
Alice, can't you see how lucky we are?
I know I am. I'm the luckiest girl in the entire world.
I'm not exactly lucky myself. Oh, well, I suppose I know. Good night, Tommy. Until tomorrow.
Good night, Tony.
Isn't it lucky to work in the same office? Otherwise, I have to be hanging around here all day.
Want to be funny in the office tomorrow? Going around acting as if nothing happened?
Good thing I'm vice president. I get to dictate to you all day. Dear Miss Sycamore, I love you, I love you, I love you.
Darling, you're such a fool.
How about you leave the drugstore before going to the offices? I have millions of things I want to say to you.
Alright.
And then lunch and dinner tomorrow night.
Tony, what will people say?
I have to come out at some point. And if I have to get over the house now, I like to do a little shouting.
Oh, yes, Mr. Taylor. We did a good night's work.
That's what 5 dozen junior kitty bombers, 300 willow trees, and 8 dozen black panthers.
Pretty good. Oh, my alas. Just come in.
No, Father, I've been home for quite a while.
Have a nice evening.
Yes, Father, I had a wonderful evening.
Say, why don't you check out this new red fire we just made? Mr. Taylor, get the door. I want Alice to get the full fence.
Huh?
Check out this new red fire. There it is. Isn't it beautiful?
Oh, Father, it's beautiful. Everything is beautiful. It's the most beautiful red fire in the entire world. a minute.
Okay. Well, the only thing is, and I hope you don't mind my asking this, but you don't drink when you're acting, do you, Miss Wellington? I'm just asking, of course.
I'm glad you asked. Once the play opens, I never touch a drop. The minute I enter stage door, the bottle gets put away. Until intermission.
Have you been on stage for a long time, Miss Wellington?
All my life, I've played everything. Ever see Peg on My Heart?
Why, yes.
Me too. Great show. My hot night, ain't it?
You want me to open the window, Miss Wellington?
No, to hell with the weather. Say, you're cute.
She's just acting, Reba. She doesn't mean it. She doesn't mean it at all.
Well, anytime you're ready, Miss Wellington, we can head to my room and start. I figured we could read the play up in my room.
All right. Thank you. I'm ready. Once I see snakes, it's time to lie down.
Oh dear. Oh, but Miss Wellington, those are Grandpa's Miss Wellington.
She's out like a light.
Better let her sleep it off.
Reba, Miss Wellington just passed out.
Oh, I bet she'll be all right.
Yes, but I would cast her in the religious play.
Oh, I suppose I'll just have to wait.
Next time we meet an actress on top of a bus, Penny, I'd send her to the play, not bring her home to read it.
And I wish you'd stop praising and take the love dreams around. Gotta get back in time to play for you in Cool poems.
Colin coming tonight?
Yes, tomorrow night's his night, but I had to change on account of Alice.
Oh, big doings around here tomorrow night, huh?
Isn't it exciting? Oh, I'm so nervous. You'd think it was me he was engaged to instead of Alice. What do you think they'll be like, his mother and father? And what are you doing now?
Did you see the new mask I made last night, Penny? Guess who it is?
Don't tell me now, Ed. Oh, wait a minute. Helen of Troy?
It's Mrs. Roosevelt.
You know the nice thing about Miss McCown says? There's so many different things. Last week it was the Empire State Building.
What is it this week?
Queen Mary.
Hasn't got the right hat on.
Look, Mr. DePina, will you take a look outside and see if there's a man standing in front of the house?
Why? What for?
Well, every day when I've gone out to deliver Essie's candies, I feel like there's been somebody following me.
Ed, you're crazy.
No, I'm not. He just follows me and then stands in front of the house.
I'll take a look and see.
I don't see what anyone would follow you for, Ed.
Oh, well, there's been a lot of kidnappings going on, Grandpa.
Yes, but not of Ed.
Did you see anything?
No.
You sure?
Positive. I just saw him walk away.
You see.
There could have been anybody walking around on the street. Now, will you hurry up and get back in time?
All right.
Miss Sycamore, want to go finish packing up those fireworks?
Yeah, we gotta take the fireworks up to number and the weekend. Come on.
Excuse me, Mother, can I borrow some paper? I'm making a list for Reba tomorrow night.
Yes, here's some.
Oh, what happened to your actress friend? Is she giving a performance?
She's not acting, Alice. She's really drunk.
Right. Well, I should be home from work around 3 o'clock tomorrow. So, can you have everything down in the cellar by then? The typewriter, the snakes, the printing press.
And Miss Wellington.
And Miss Wellington. That should give me enough time to fix the flowers and arrange the table.
You know, the Kirbys are certainly going to get the wrong impression of this house.
You'll do that for the mother, won't you?
Yes, of course.
And Essie, you're going to give Reba the kitchen all day tomorrow because she'll need it, right?
Oh, yes. I'll start on some love dreams right now, so I'll be way ahead.
Thanks, darling. And I think I should have cocktails ready by 7:15, just in case they happen to come a little early. Should I bring them at dinner? What do you think, Grandpa?
Now, Alice, from what I've seen of the boy, I'm sure that the Kirbys are very nice people. And if everything isn't too elaborate tomorrow night, that's all right, too.
Darling, I'm not trying to impress them or make it seem like we're something we're not. I just want everything to go off well.
No reason why I shouldn't, Alice.
Yes, we're all going to do everything we can to make it an excellent.
Oh, darlings, I love you. You're the most wonderful family in the whole world. These last 2 weeks have been like floating. Just seeing him, Grandpa, you don't know what it does to me.
Just seeing him for lunch and for dinner, until 9 o'clock at night, until 4 o'clock in the morning, then 9 o'clock the next morning at work. You're just seeing him, huh?
I don't care. I'm in love. Oh, Reba! Reba!
Nice, isn't it? Nice that you're so happy.
Yes, it is. I remember when I was engaged to Paul, how happy I was. And you know, I still feel that way.
I know. Max the White and Nessie get along too, isn't it?
Yes, and Donald and Reba, even though they're not married. Do you suppose Mr. DePinna will ever marry anyone, Grandpa?
Well, there is Miss Wellington.
Oh dear. I wish she'd wake up and was going to read the play.
Mrs. Sycamore, look what I found!
Oh, yes, of course! My painting of you as the discus thrower. Look, Grandpa!
Say, you've gone a little gray, haven't you, Mr. DePinna?
Is it that noticeable? Well, there's still some left.
Oh, well, it's been a long time. Just before I stopped painting. Let's see, about 8 years.
Just as well, too. I was going to have to strip next.
Who would have thought the day I came to deliver the eggs, I would have stayed?
The Melvin was here for 5 years before you.
Say, why did he leave anyhow? I forget.
Oh, he didn't leave. He died.
Oh, yes. He was such a nice man. Remember the funeral, Grandpa? We didn't know his name, and it was kind of hard to get a certificate.
Say, what was the name we finally made up for him?
Martin Vanderhoff. Oh, we gave him your name.
Yes, now I remember.
And it really was a wonderful thought, because otherwise he never would have gotten all those flowers.
And it hasn't hurt me any. Not bothered with mail anymore. And I haven't had a phone call from that to this.
Yes, it really was a wonderful idea.
You know, Mrs. Sycamore, I really wish you'd finish it. I'd kind of like to have it.
You know what, Mr. DePinna? I think I'll do some work on it. Right tonight. Say, will you? I don't think she's going to wake up anyhow. Say, Mr. DePinna, yes, run down to the cellar and change into your costume and bring up the easel. Is it still down there?
I think so.
Oh, now where did I put my palette and brushes?
Polygraph.
Ah, my little Rabishka!
Hello, Mr. Kolnikov. Essie's in the kitchen.
Mrs. Sycamore, I greet you. Grandma, tell me, what do I do about Rabishka? I tell her she can make great dough dancer, but she laughs only.
I can't get on my toes. I have corn.
Because we're diamonds, Rabishka, diamonds! A great girl, Grandpa. What is that?
It's a picture of Mr. DePinna. Teddy painted it.
It sticks.
I know. What do you think of that?
What's that?
She's an actress, a friend of Teddy's.
She's drunk, no?
She is drunk, yes.
Yeah.
How are you, Kolnikov?
Magnificent. Flag is chasing around inside me like a squirrel.
Tis, huh? What's new in Moscow?
I just had a letter from him. I've saved them for you.
Thanks, Kolnikov.
They've sent him to Siberia.
They have, eh? How's he like it?
He has escaped and gone back to Moscow. They will get him, and they did not get him yet. The Soviet government, the Soviet government.
I'm sorry, Mr. Kolnikov. I'll get into my dainty clothes right away.
We have a hot night for my Pavlova.
Has he making any progress, Kolnikov?
Confidentially, she stinks!
Well, as long as she's having fun, right?
Are you sure you can tickle Reba, Mr. Kolnikov? She's laughing her head off out there.
She's a great woman, though. Let me ask you, what do you think of Soviet government?
The what?
Let me rephrase the question. What do you think of this government?
I like it just fine. I'm on relief, you know.
And you like it?
Yes, sir. Only thing is, you gotta go around to the place every week to get it. And sometimes stand in line pretty near half an hour. Government ought to be run better than that, don't you think, Grandpa?
The government ought to stop sending me letters. They won't appear at the United States Marshal's office Tuesday at 10. Take a look at that.
Ah, income tax, they've got you now, Grandpa.
I'm supposed to pay a lot of money so as to keep Donald on relief.
Don't say. You gonna pay for it from now on?
That's what they want.
So you're telling me I can get it here instead of standing in that line every week?
No, Donald. I'm afraid you'll have to waste a half hour of your time every week.
Well, I don't like it. Breaks up my week.
He should have been in Russia when the revolution came. Then he would have waited for the line. A bread line. What have they done to Russia, Grandpa? The Grand Duchess, oh, Katrina, cousin of the Tsar, is waitress in child restaurant. They were the big beats from Chrome yesterday. It broke my heart. It's a crazy world, Grandpa, crazy.
It's not the world with crazy Kolnikov so much as the people in it.
How do you mean?
Well, life's pretty simple if you just relax. It's pretty beautiful if you just let it come to you.
How can you relax in times like this?
Well, that's just my point. if people relaxed, there wouldn't be times like these. But people tend to forget that. I know I did. I was right in the thick of it. Fighting, scratching, and clawing, a regular jungle. Then it just hit me. I wasn't having any fun.
So you did what?
Just relaxed. 35 years ago that was. I've been a happy man ever since.
Simple in theory, Grandpa.
That's true. Maybe you should give it a try.
Oh, hello, Mr. Coleman.
My little Alice, I have nothing to present you my congratulations. I hope that you are very happy and have very many children.
Quite a thought.
Well, love is all that's left in the world, Grandpa.
Yes, but there is plenty of that, Kolokov.
Mark my words, Grandpa. Stalin will soon take that away, too.
I have marked.
Seems so nice to get into my art things again. They still look all right, Grandpa, don't they?
They look wonderful.
You are a breath of Paris, Madame Sycamore.
Why, thank you, Mr. Coleman.
I didn't know you was working for the WPS.
Oh, no, Donald. You see, I used to paint all the time. And then one time...
It happened again. There was a man following me every place I went.
Nonsense, Ed. It's just your
Oh, no, I'm
imagination.
not. It happens to me every time I go out to deliver candies.
Well, maybe he wants a piece of candy.
Well, it's all right for you to laugh, Grandpa, but you're not the one being followed.
You do not know what following is. And in Russia, everyone's following. I'm followed right after Russia.
Of course! You see, Ed, this whole thing is just imagination.
Well, maybe.
Here we are.
Where'd you like me to put this?
Put it here, Mr. Lieutenant.
Tonight I will be practicing the person in the Scheherazade.
You? Mr. Pinto.
Yes.
Has something happened to your figure over these past 8 years?
No! Not at all!
Yes, Miss Wellington, yes. Woo! Oh dear. I'm sorry I'm late, Mr. Kolokov. I couldn't find my slippers.
Tonight we do something new, I have over. Tonight we work. For art is only achieved through perspiration.
Why, that is wonderful, Mr. Kolokov. Did you hear that, Grandpa? Art is only achieved through perspiration.
Yes, but it helps if you have some talent to go along with it.
Now, Ed, you ready? We begin.
Good evening.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Are we too early?
No, just come right in. We're glad to see you.
Why, yes. Only we thought it was to be tomorrow night. Tomorrow night?
What? No, it's perfectly all right. Just don't let it bother you.
Tony, how could you possibly?
I don't know, Dad. I thought it was tonight.
Really, Tony, this is most embarrassing.
Why? It's all right. Why? We weren't doing a thing.
No, just a quiet evening at home.
That's it. Don't let it bother you. This is Alice's mother, Mrs. Sycamore.
How do you do?
Alice's sister, and Carmichael. I'm sorry. That is Aunt Carmichael. This is Alice's sister, Essie, Mr. Kolokov, and Mr. Lieutenant.
How do you do?
Oh, I hope you don't mind my costume. I'll take it right off.
Go downstairs and get Mr. Sycamore. Tell him to come right upstairs. Also that Mr. and Mrs. Kirby are here.
And be sure to put his pants on. I'll go tell Alice that. Alice, dear. Alice, would
Kirby, they're perfectly harmless.
Thank you.
And take them to the kitchen.
Of course, we're so used to them around Alice.
Sorry. This makes it hard to speak like.
Tony, if you're very comfortable about this, you've done something. I don't want to do this tonight. You're just very.
Oh no, Mr. Kirby. Anybody can easily get mixed up.
Penny, how's it there for these folks? They come for dinner, you know.
Oh, please don't bother. We're really
Oh,
not.
but it's not a bit of a bother. And tell Donald to run down to the A&P and get half a dozen bottles of beer and, canned salmon. Do you like canned salmon, Mr. Kirby?
Please don't bother Miss Sycamore with a bit of indigestion.
Oh, well, do you like canned salmon, Mrs. Kirby?
Oh, I'm quite fond of it.
Oh, well, you can have frankfurters if you'd rather.
Either one will do.
Well, make it frankfurters and 12 cans of corn and Campbell's soup. And tell him to hurry! The A&P is just around the corner and frankfurters don't take any time to boil.
Oh, and this is Mr. Sycamore. This is Mr. and Mrs. Kirby.
How do you... Oh, I hope you forgive my appearance.
Yes, this is Mr. Sycamore's busiest time of year. Just around the 4th of July, he always sells them.
Oh.
Darling, I'm the most dull-witted person in the entire world. I thought it was tonight.
Tony, I'm so sorry. Could you, Mother, can you all met each other?
Yes, indeed.
How do you do, Alice?
How do you do, Mrs. Kirby? Afraid I'm not very presentable.
Darling, you look lovely.
Of course she does. Don't let this bother you, my dear. We've only met a night sooner, that's all.
Of course.
But I was planning on such a nice party tomorrow night.
Oh, we'll come again tomorrow night. See, Alice?
Am I forgiven?
I guess so. Let's just see about getting you some food.
Oh, that's all been taken care of, Alice. That's all been attended to.
But, Mother, what did you send out for? Because Mr. Kirby has
Oh,
suggested...
it's all right, it's all right.
Of course it is, my dear.
Well, I asked him what he wanted, Alice.
But, Mother, you can really eat some
Now,
things.
it's not as serious as all that. Just because I have a little indigestion.
Perhaps it is not a suggestion at all, but stomach ulcers.
Kirby absurd, Mr. Kolokov.
Now, you mustn't mind Mr. Kolokov, Mr. Kirby. He's a Russian, and Russians are more inclined to look on the dark side of things.
All right, yes, I am Russian, but my friend, a Russian grandpa, died from stomach ulcers.
Really?
Please, Mr. Kolokov. Mr. Kirby has indigestion, and that is all.
All right, let them wait.
Do sit down, Mr. Kirby. Make yourself comfortable.
Thank you.
Well,
So, how do you find business conditions? Are we pretty well out of the depression?
What? Yes, I think so. Of course, it all depends.
But you figure that things are going to improve, correct?
Well, broadly speaking, yes. As a matter of fact, industry is now operating at 64% of capacity.
This might seem a little strange to people, but she's not trying to counter for her actions. A friend of Miss Sycamore, she came over and was overcome by the heat.
yes, of course. Some people, feel it more than others. Perhaps I'd better go see if she's all right. Excuse me for a minute.
It is, awfully hot. But you escaped this heat, don't you, Mrs. Kirby? Been made?
As a rule, I had to come down this week, however, for the flower show.
Mother went missing for the world. That blue ribbon is the high spot.
I won a ribbon once at a flower show for raising onions. Remember, Alice?
That was a garden show, Essie.
All right. Now you sit here and you eat your cactus! She should be all right now. Has Donald come back yet?
No, he hasn't.
Oh, well, I'm sure he'll be back very soon and dinner won't be any time at all now. I'm afraid you must be starved.
Oh, no, it's quite all right. Hello. I didn't realize there were little children in the house.
No, that's fine.
I suppose every man has a hobby, or use it as a model of some kind.
Oh, no, I split it.
I see.
Maybe you're better off if you had a hobby of your own, Dad, instead of raising orchids.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised.
Mr. Kirby, please tell us about your orchids. I hear they could take over 6 years to blossom. Just think of that.
Some of them take longer than that. I have one coming along now. 10 years I've been waiting for.
Believe it or not, I was waiting for an orchid.
Yes. During that time, they required the most scrupulous care. I have the bulbs, right?
Oh, Donald! Donald! Here we are! So, did you get everything, Donald?
Yes, ma'am. Only they didn't have frankfurters
So I got pickled pig's feet?
Never mind, Mom. Just take everything into the kitchen. And, Mr. Kirby, please continue to tell us about your orchids, and I will be right out. Excuse me.
Kind of an expensive hobby, isn't it, Mr. Kirby? Raising orchids.
Yes, but I find if a hobby gives one sufficient pleasure, it's never expensive.
You know what? That is very true, Mr. Kirby.
You see, I need something to relieve the daily nerve strain. After a week in Wall Street, I go crazy over something like that. A lot of men off yachts just for that very reason.
Why don't they give up Wall Street?
How's that?
I was joking.
I think it's necessary for everyone to have a hobby. Of course, it's more to me than just a hobby. But my great solace is spiritualism.
Spiritualism? Now, Mrs. Kirby, everybody knows that's fake.
To me, Mrs. Sycamore, spiritualism is... Well, I'd rather not discuss it, Mrs. Sycamore.
Penny, why don't you hobbies of your own?
Yes, but not silly ones.
Now, no hobby is certainly silly, but the important thing is to have a hobby.
To be ideal, a hobby should benefit the body as well as the mind. The Romans were great people. Why? What was their hobby? Wrestling. With wrestling, you could think quick with mind and act quick with feet.
Yes, but I'm afraid wrestling isn't very practical for some of us. I wouldn't make a very good showing as a wrestler.
What? No, Mr. Kirby, you were built for it. I show you.
No, what are you doing? Get off! Stop!
Where are Mr. Kirby?
Where are my glasses?
Oh, here they are. Oh, Mr. Kirby, they're broken.
Oh, Mr. Kirby, I am terribly sorry, but of course next time you wrestle, you'll not be wearing glasses.
I do not intend to wrestle again, Mr. Kolakov.
Yes, I'm fine.
Mr. Kollenkoff, why would you do such a thing? Why didn't any of you stop him?
I think, perhaps, if you don't mind, we'd better be going.
Mother!
Mrs. Kirby, no, please stay. I would give you scrambled eggs and plain salad. Please don't go.
I am terribly sorry if I have offended. And I apologize. Is that correct?
Of course it's all right. We're not leaving.
Well, that was exciting for a minute, wasn't it?
No!
You took away your orchid, Mr. Kirby.
No. What did I do? I threw you on the ground. Did I kill you? No, please not!
Well, I'm sure dinner won't be any time at all now. Would you like some candy while you're waiting, Mr. Kirby?
My doctor does not permit me to eat candy.
But these are nothing, just coconut and marshmallows.
Bessie.
But, well,
Miss Alice, excuse me. What is it? Yeah, I just want to understand.
just go make some more, quick.
I don't have any more. Send down love for some. Yes, ma'am. Tell him to hurry. I'm sorry. There'll be a slight delay on dinner, but I'm sure everything will be ready in just a moment.
Oh.
Well, I certainly put you people through a lot of trouble with my stupidity.
No, not at all, Tony.
Oh, I know. Why don't we all play a game of some sort while we're waiting?
I have wonderful turkey glass and water.
Now, Mr. Kolakov!
Oh, but I'm sure Mr. and Mrs. Kirby would love this game. It's perfect.
I don't think this is such a great idea, Mother.
Miss Sycamore, I'm not very good at games.
Oh, but any fool could play this game, Mr. Kirby. All you do is write your name on a piece of
Mother,
paper.
Mr. Kirby.
Oh, he'll love it! So now, you write your name on this piece of paper, Mr. Kirby, and you do the same on this one, Mrs. Kirby.
What game even is this, Mother?
I used to play it when I was in school. It's called Forget Me Not. Here you are, Grandpa. So, I will call out 5 words, just any word at all, and you are to write down the first thing that comes to your mind. For example, if I say grass, you might put down green. Or if I say chair, you might put down table. It really shows the reactions that people have to different things. Do you see how simple it is, Mr. Kirby?
Come on, Father. Be a sport.
I shall be happy to play.
Ah, you see, Alice, he does want to play.
Well,
All right, now everybody remember to play fair. Write down the first thing
perfectly fair word.
You see, Alice? Now you mustn't interrupt the game.
Pardon me, Sycamore, what was that last word?
Lust, Mr. Kirby.
Yeah, I got it.
Honeymoon. Ooh, oh, now Essie. And our last word is sex. Mother! Everybody got sex? All right, now, give me your papers. I'll take the paper off. Thank you, Mr. Cohen.
Of course, Madam Sycamore.
What is that?
Oh, this is the best part. Now, I read out your reactions.
I see. It is really quite an interesting game.
I knew you'd love it, Mr. Kirby. Oh, I'll read yours first. Everybody, this is Mr. Kirby. Potatoes. Steak. Very good, Mr. Kirby. You see how those things go together? Steak and potatoes. Very good, Mr. Kirby.
I just happened to think of it.
Well, it was very good. Bathroom. Toothpaste. Ah, yes, of course. Lust. Unlawful. Isn't that nice? Honeymoon. Trip. Ah, of course. And sex. Male. Why, of course, Mr. Kirby. You are. Very good paper.
Thank you. You see, it's more than just a game. It's more of an experiment in psychology, isn't it?
Yes, it really shows just how your mind works. Now we'll see how Mrs. Kirby's mind works. Everybody, this is Mrs. Kirby. Potatoes. Starch. Ooh, I know just what you mean, Mrs. Kirby. Oh, bathroom. Mr. Kirby. Bathroom. Mr. Kirby.
I don't quite follow that, my dear.
Oh, I don't know, Anthony. I just thought of you in connection with it. After all, you are in there a good deal. Bathing and shaving. Well, you do take a long time.
Indeed. I realized I was being selfish in the matter. Go on, Miss.
I think this is a very silly game, and we should stop.
Yes.
No, go on, Sycamore.
Where was I? Lust. Human.
Human. Really, Miriam.
I just meant, Anthony, that lust is, after all, a human emotion.
Lust is not a human emotion. It is depraved.
Very well, Anthony. I'm wrong.
How about we play 21 questions?
Yes!
No. I find this game rather interesting. Please go on, Miss Sycamore. What was that next word?
Honeymoon.
What was Miss Kirby's response?
Honeymoon. Dull.
Did you say dull?
What I meant, Anthony, is that Hot Springs was not very gay that season. All those old people sitting on their porches all afternoon and nothing to do at night.
That was not your reaction at the time as I recall it.
Father, it's only a game.
A very illuminating game. Go on, Miss Sycamore. What was Miss Kirby's next word?
Oh, this one's not bad, Mr. Kirby. You see? Sex. Wall Street.
Wall Street? What do you mean by that, Miriam?
I don't know what I mean, Anthony. Nothing.
But you must have meant something or you would not put it down.
It was just the first thing that came into my head, that's all.
But what does it mean? Sex? Wall Street?
I don't know what it means, Anthony. It's just that you're always talking about Wall Street, even when! I don't know what I mean, Anthony. Would you mind telling me, Alex, if we didn't stay for dinner? Or the game was at the end?
I understand this is great.
Perhaps we better postpone dinner just a little while.
Oh, but you're coming tomorrow night, aren't you?
I'm afraid we have an engagement tomorrow evening.
Yes, perhaps we better postpone the whole affair just a little while.
Father, I think we're being very ungracious. Of course we're going to be staying tonight.
I have a very bad headache, Tony.
Come, Tony. I'm sure we'll all understand.
I don't.
No, Bob, no. It's right. Tony, you were fools to think this would ever work. Mr. Kirby, I won't be in the office tomorrow. I won't be there ever again.
What are you talking about?
Sorry, my dear. Very sorry.
Don't worry. You mustn't mind this.
Yes, Anthony.
Oh, it's been very nice having met you all.
Yes, lovely.
Are you coming, Tony?
No, Father, I'm not.
I see. Your mother and I will be waiting for you at home. Good night.
Stay right where you are, everybody! Don't move! Good heavens!
Why, how dare you? What is the meaning of this? What is all of this? I demand an explanation.
Shut up, you! Which one is it? This is him.
What are you doing? Why? What do you mean?
What is this, Grandpa?
This is an outrage. This seems rather unhinged to me, officer. What's it all about?
Department of Justice.
Oh my goodness! It's the two women! And what have you done?
I don't know. I haven't done anything.
You haven't, huh?
What's the boy done, officer?
What is it? What is this all about?
That door leads to the cellar? Yes, it does.
Yes.
Trish? Betsy?
Yes, ma'am. Take a look upstairs, see what you find on it.
I haven't done anything.
You haven't, huh? Ever seen these before?
I'm like, sir.
You print this stuff, huh?
Yes, sir. Ma'am.
Dynamite the Capitol? Dynamite the Supreme Court? Dynamite the White House? God save God?
I don't mean it like that. I just like to print. Don't I, Grandpa?
No, officer. The government is in no danger from that. He just likes to print. That's all. He'll print anything.
He does that.
I've never heard of such nonsense.
I refuse to stay here and...
Get my pot!
Shut up! You were right, Chief. You got enough gunpowder down there to blow up the whole city.
really reason for
Keep still. This house is under arrest.
What's
Good
that?
heavens! It seems to me, officer, that this is all simple misunderstanding. Stop it! Stop it, you!
Who is that?
That is my mother! Oh my God! Okay, outdoors!
The appearance in the West Side Court this morning, the defendants, 13 in total, were brought before Judge Callahan and given suspended sentences for the manufacture of fireworks without a permit.
Yeah, kept me in the same cell with a strip teaser from a burlesque show.
I was in the same cell with Mr. Kirby, and he was mad.
Mrs. Kirby and the strip teaser, they were fighting all night.
A whole lot about Mr. Kirby here. Anthony W. Kirby, head of Kirby and Company, 62 Wall Street, who was among those apprehended, declared he was in no way interested in the manufacture of fireworks, but refused to state why he was on the premises at the time. Mr. Kirby is a part of the Union Club, the Racket Club, the Harvard Club, and the National Geographic Society. He is a joiner.
Richmond or Elks or something.
I suppose after this, Mr. Tony ain't ever gonna marry Miss Alice, huh?
No, and it's a shame too. She sure really loves that boy.
Ever notice how rich folks always get themselves into trouble?
Yeah, I'm glad I'm poor.
Me too.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with all this food in the kitchen. There certainly isn't gonna be a party tonight.
Ain't we gonna eat it anyhow?
Well, I'm cooking it, but I don't think they're gonna have much of an appetite.
Well, I'm hungry.
And they're not. They're all so torn up about Miss Alice.
What do you want to go away for anyway? And where?
I don't know, mountains or someplace, but I know Miss Alice, and when she gets to looking around,
Too bad, ain't it?
sure is. Blew up everything. Not even a bloom left. How's your hand, Mr. DePina? It's been better. Is there any more olive oil? Yes, but it's in the salad bowl. Great! Well, she's going. Nothing anybody said could change her. Well, is she gonna be gone long? I don't know, Reba. She won't say. It's gonna be really lonely here without her.
How you been, Mrs. Sycamore?
I don't know, Donald. Just upset. Perhaps if I do some work I'll feel better.
Well, I'll leave you to it.
She's going, Penny?
Yes.
Now, Penny. Now.
I can't help it, Paul. Somehow I feel like it's our fault.
It's mine more than yours. I just been going along, enjoying myself, and maybe I should have been thinking more of Alice.
Don't say that, Paul. You've been a wonderful father and husband, too.
No, I haven't. Maybe I've gone ahead and been an architect. I don't know, something she could have been proud of. I was thinking that all last night looking at Mr. Kirby.
But we've been so happy.
I know, but maybe that's not enough. I used to think it was, but I'm just mixed up now.
Well, what time is she going?
Pretty soon. Train leaves 7:30.
Oh, if only she'd see Tony. Maybe he could persuade her.
It won't work, Penny.
Well, where is he now?
I don't know, walking around the block again. Anyway, she won't talk to him.
Well, maybe Tony can catch her as she's leaving.
It won't work, Penny.
No, I don't suppose so. Well, Grandpa?
Suppose she just leave her alone, Penny.
But, Grandpa...
You know, if she goes to Adirondacks, she'll be back. A person can only take so much Adirondacks, and then you come home.
It's all so terrible, Grandpa.
In a way, but it has its bright side, too.
How do you mean?
Well, Mr. Kirby got into a patrol car for one thing, and the look on his face when he and Tom had to take a bath together, I'll never forget that if it lived to be 100. And I warn people, I intend to.
It was even worse with Mrs. Kirby. When the matron stripped her, there was this burlesque dancer there, and she kept singing a strip song while Mrs. Kirby was dressed.
I'll bet you Bar Harbor's going to sing pretty up to the Kirby this summer. Oh, need any help, Alice?
No, thanks, Bert. I'm just going to press my clothes.
Alice,
I'll bring you back down as soon as you're ready, Alice.
Thanks, Ned.
do you want some candy for the tree now?
I'm okay, Essie.
Really, Alice, you could be just as alone here as you could be in the mountains. You can stay up in your room all the time.
No, Mother, I love you all, but just, I need some time to be alone, really by myself. Father, did you call for a cab?
Oh, no, I didn't know you wanted one.
Oh, I told Mr. DePinna to tell you, Paul. Didn't he tell you?
Oh, DePinna told me. Yeah, but I forgot.
You know something? I wish I didn't live in a family that always forgot everything. I am so tired of cornflakes and Donald and everything. Why can't we act the way a normal family does? Roast beef for dinner and 2 green vegetables and doilies on the table and a place you can bring your friends. I'm done.
I'll see if I can do anything. Tony, talk to her. She's downstairs.
Thank you. Alice, won't you just listen to me, hear me out?
It's no use, Tony.
At least let me talk to you. You're not being fair.
Where'd they go?
Kitchen.
She walked out the minute you walked in. Knock the olive oil right out of my hand. I'm gonna smell some kind of fishy.
Oh, Mr. DePinna, how's your hand feeling?
It's okay. How are you?
Think we're downstairs.
Everything, even my Roman costume.
See, I told you there was a bright side to everything. Well, all except my 24 years back income tax. I get a new letter every day.
Say, what are you gonna do about that?
Well, I have kind of an idea. It might not work, but I'm going to try it anyhow.
What is it?
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Mr. Kollenhoff.
Forgive me, the door was open.
Come on in.
It's all right, Mr. Kollenhoff.
I hope you forgive my coming today. I realize you're upset.
I don't think I could take a lesson today, Mr. Kollenhoff.
Oh, well,
Do stay for dinner, Mr. Kollenhoff. We've got all that food out there, and somebody's got to eat it.
I would be happy to, Madam Sycamore.
Fine.
Now, I wonder if I know you well enough to ask of you a favor.
Why, of course, Mr. Kollenhoff.
You, of course, know my friend, the Grand Duchess of Katrina, cousin of the Tsar.
Yes?
Well, you see, today, Thursday, is the Grand Duchess's day off, but it is also the day of Peter the Great, a remarkable man.
Why, Mr. Kollenhoff, if you're saying that you would love the Grand Duchess to come to dinner with us, why, we'd be honored.
Oh, yes! Madam Sycamore, in the name of the Grand Duchess, I thank you.
Well, I'm so excited. Where is she now?
She's outside in the street. I will look at her.
And string your tie, Essie, your dress. How do I look? All right?
You know, if this keeps on, I want to live to be 150.
Introducing the Grand Duchess, Olga Katrina. Your Highness, Madam Sycamore, Madam Carmichael, Grandpa,
Madam.
Mr. Sycamore. Mr. Carmichael. And of course, Mr. Lepina.
All right, Mr. Kirby.
Will you be seated, Your Highness? Thank you, Your Most Kind. We are very honored to receive you, Your Highness. I am most happy to be here.
How soon is dinner?
It shall be very soon, Your Highness. Very soon.
I do not mean to be rude, but I must be back at restaurant by 8 o'clock. I'm substituting for another waitress. I'll make sure you're on time. Thank you, Coco.
Hi, I think you waited on me at Child's once, the 72nd Street place?
No,
that was my sister.
The Grand Duchess Natasha. I recognize her.
Quite a lot of you folks living over here now, aren't there?
Oh, yes, many. My uncle, the Grand Duke Sergei. He's elevator man at Macy's, very nice man. And there is my cousin, Prince Alexei. He will not speak to us anymore. He works at the Carnegie in ladies' underwear. He was good enough to speak to you when he was selling hot dogs on Coney Island. I would call him, Father. Our time is coming. Natasha, she's training to be manicurist. They promised to make Uncle Sergei floor walker. And next month, I get transferred to the Fifth Avenue Childs. From there is a step to Shrats, and then we will see what Prince Alexei says.
I think you've got him now.
You are telling me.
Your Highness, did you know the Tsar? Personally, I mean.
Of course. He was my cousin. It is terrible what happened, but perhaps it was for the best. But they're pretty good trouble. Perhaps this is true. And poor relations are poor relations. It is the same in every family. My cousin, King of Sweden, he was nice to us for about 10 years. Ever so often he would send us money order. One day he just stopped saying, I just cannot go on. I'm not doing so well myself. I don't blame him.
No, of course not. Would you please excuse me for a moment? Grand Duchess, is it true what they say about Rasputin?
Everyone wants to know what Rasputin. Yes, my dear sir, it is true. And how? Your Highness, we have to watch the time. Oh, I must not be late. The manager doesn't like me. He's communist.
Oh, we'll be sure to hurry things up. Actually, why don't you see if Reba needs any help in the kitchen?
I will help too. I'm a very good cook.
Oh, but Your Highness, not on your day off.
I don't mind. Follow? There's your kitchen.
Right through here, Your Highness, but you are a guest of honor.
But I love to cook. I'm Holocaust. If they have sour cream and pot cheese, people show them how to make the
Blitz, come, Metapole, and I'll show you something new. Say, the Grand Duchess is right, isn't she? Do you think she'll let me help? Hey, Grand Duchess, let me help!
She's got a wonderful face for a mask.
Yes, she really is nice for a Grand Duchess, you know.
Wonderful what some people go through, isn't it? And how they still keep kind of gay, too.
Mm-hmm. She made me forget about everything for a minute.
I suppose I'd better call for the cab.
Oh, no, wait, here they are. Maybe Tony has...
Ed, can we bring the light down, please?
Don't you do it, Ed.
Ed, please.
Fine. Okay. You know you have the stubbornest daughter in all 48 states.
Promise me to get out.
If it is, it certainly is a wonderful service.
Oh, come in, Mr. Griffin.
Alice, is Tony here?
Yes, he's over there.
How do you do? Good evening.
Good evening. Forgive us for intruding. Tony, I want you to come home with us. We're very excited.
Very well. Goodbye, Alice.
My Tony.
Now, I hope you know this is as painful to Miss Kirby myself as it is to you people.
sorry. I'm sure you understand. Well, yes, and in a way, no. Now, I'm not the kind of person that tries to run other people's lives, but I don't think these two have got as much sense as you and I have, Mr. Kirby. You know, Alice, I'm just talking to Mr. Kirby. A cat can look at a king, can he?
Oh, Alice, do you want me to do that for you?
We have plenty of time before the train leaves, so just...
Hi, can you send a cab to 761 Claremont Place, please? Right away. Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Are you ready, Tony?
I suppose the last time I took this family is kind of crazy.
No, I wouldn't say that. Of course, I'm not accustomed to going out to dinner and spending the night in jail.
Well, you've got to remember, you came on the wrong night. Now, I'm sure that nothing will happen at all tonight.
It was not merely last night that convinced Miss Kirby and myself that this engagement would be unwise.
Father, I can handle my own affairs. Alice, for the last time, please. Will you marry me?
No, Tony, your father is right.
No, Alice, he's not.
Alice, you're not marrying this boy because we're the kind of people that we are.
I never said that, Grandpa.
Well, maybe you think the two families wouldn't get along, but who says that they're right and we're wrong?
I didn't say that either. I only feel
Well, what I feel is that Tony is too nice of a boy to wake up 20 years from now with nothing but stocks and bonds in his life.
How's that?
Mixed up and unhappy, just the way you are.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Vanderhoff, but I'm a very happy man.
Are you?
I most certainly am.
What do you think you get your indigestion from? Happiness? No, sir. You get up to spending all your time doing things you would rather not be doing.
I don't do anything I don't want to do.
Yes, you do. Last night you just said that after leaving Washington, you're pretty near crazy. Why do you keep on doing it?
Why do I keep up? That's my business. A man can't just give up his business.
Why not? You've got all the money you need. You can't take it with you.
That's a very easy thing for you to say, but I've spent my entire life building on my business.
And what's it got you? Same kind of meals every morning, same kind of deals, same meetings, same indigestion. Where does the fun come in, Mr. Kirby? You must have wanted something more when you were younger.
But what do you expect me to do? Live the way you do nothing?
Well, I have a lot of fun with the way I live. Enough time to read, talk, visit the zoo now and again, even when spring comes around. But I haven't been taken by carbonated soda in 35 years. What's the matter with that?
The matter with that? Well, suppose we all live like that. Everybody going to zoos. Don't be ridiculous, Mr. Vanderhoff. Who would do the work?
There's always people to do the work. You can't stop them from working. Inventions and they fly out of the ocean. And there's always people who go down to Wall Street because they like it. But from what I see in you, Mr. Kirby, I do not think you're one of those people. I think you're missing something.
No, we're missing anything.
I wasn't either till I quit. I used to go down to that office 9 o'clock sharp no matter how I felt. Lay awake nights for fear that I would get the contract. Used to get worked up over the world, too, whether Cleveland or Blaine was going to be elected president. Seemed awfully important at the time, but now, who cares? All I'm trying to say is, Mr. Kirby, I've had 35 years, and nobody can take away from me, no matter what they do to the world. See?
I see. And it's a very dangerous philosophy, Mr. Vanderhoff. It's un-American. It's exactly what I'm opposed to this marriage. I don't want Tony to come under its influence.
What's the matter with it, Father?
The matter thing? Why, it's downright communism, that's what it is.
You don't always think so.
I most certainly have.
Oh, no, you didn't, because there was a point in your life where you wanted to be a trapeze artist.
Tony, don't be an idiot.
Why, that is wonderful, Mr. Kirby. Did you wear tights?
Absolutely.
I most certainly did not. The whole thing was absurd. I was 14 years old at the time.
Yes, but at 18, you wanted to be a saxophone player, didn't you? At 21, you ran away from home because grandfather wanted you to go into the business. It's all right down there in black and white. You don't always think so.
I may have had my silly notions in my youth, but thank God my dad knocked them out of me. I went into the business, and I forgot all about it.
Not altogether, Anthony. There's still a saxophone in the back of your clothes closet.
There is.
We'll discuss this later.
No, I want to talk about it now. Mr. Vanderhoff is right, he's dead right. I'm gonna turn around, never go back to her office. I've always hated it. You wanna know something else? I didn't make a mistake last night. I knew it was the wrong night. I brought everyone here on purpose.
Tony, well, for heaven's sake!
I want you to wake up. See people the way they really are, the way they really act, that they care and understand about each other. You don't know me, you don't understand me. You've never had time. I'm not making your mistakes. I'm clearing out.
Clearing out? What do you mean?
I mean, I'm not gonna to be dragged into the business just because I'm your son.
But Tony, what are you gonna do?
I don't know, maybe be a bricklayer. But at least it's something that I want to do.
That must be the cab.
Tell them the way there, Ed.
Grandpa.
Now, mister, I think if you listened hard enough, you could hear yourself saying the same things to your father when you were Tony's age. How much of us will settle what we will eventually get? All those plans we make, what happens to them? It's only a few of them that can say they actually succeeded. So, before you clear out that closet, I give it a few good hours on the saxophone.
I beg your pardon, but before I make the plans tonight, how many will there be for dinner?
Oh, I'd make quite a stack from it. You can't ever tell.
The Tsar always says to me, hold on, never to be stagey with the princess.
Who's that? The Grand Duchess Olga Katrina. She's cooking the dinner, you know.
Oh!
So, looks like it's going to be a nice dinner, and I'll give the families a chance to get acquainted. Why not stack?
Oh, please do, Mr. Kirby. We forgot all this food that we were supposed to eat last night. I mean, tonight.
How about it, Father? Are we going to be staying for dinner?
Why, Tony? If you care to, I'd like to. Very much.
Now, if Alice would send away with that cat, Mr. Vanderhoff.
How about it, Alice? It's going to be a nice crowd. Why not stay for dinner?
I'm saying, Alice, families ought to get to know each other, don't you think?
Mr. Kirby. Tony. Oh, Tony.
Darling.
Grandpa, you're wonderful.
I've been telling you that for years.
Just a letter that came for you. It was in the icebox. How do you do, Mr. Kirby?
How do you do?
Won't you step in my office? I like to do it with Katie.
Gonna go tell that cab.
Well.
Oh, what is it, Grandpa?
This U.S. government sincerely apologizes. It appears I don't owe them a nickel. I died 8 years ago, they say.
Why, what do they mean, Grandpa?
Remember the Charlie Milkman who heard my name?
Yes.
Well, I just told them that I was Martin Vanderhoff Jr., and they made a mistake. They sincerely apologized, and I might even get a refund.
Grandpa, you're no crook.
Well, yes, I am.
Pardon, how did you escape the income tax again?
Tonight, my friends, you believe?
Hello there! How do you do?
How do you do?
I'm fine. Glad to see you.
What just happened?
He's relaxing. How about you play something, Ed?
All right.
Dinner to be ready in a minute. We can all sit down. Come on, everybody, come sit down for dinner. Come on, Mr. Kirby.
Oh, I'm coming.
Come on, I say, stop dancing and come to dinner.
Mr. Kirby, I think you will like Russian food.
Oh, but you must be careful of your indigestion.
Oh, nonsense. I haven't had any indigestion.
In Russia, before we sit down to dinner.
All right, quiet, everybody. Quiet. Well, sir, here we are again. Well, thank you for everything that you've given us. It seems that Tony and Alice are going to be married, and that's that they're going to be very happy. Of course, the fireworks blew up last night, but that was just Japan's fault, not yours. We like to keep our health, but as far as anything else is concerned, we'll leave it up to you. Thank you.
Do you like roast goose, Mr. Kirby? We have roast goose for dinner.
Like it? Why, I love it.
How's it around?
Oh, shut your face, Mr. Kirby. I have a new dance for you. It's called the mazurka. I'll show it to you
I've
later.
written some special music for it, too.
Mr. Kirby, what do you think of the new security system?
Yeah, I think it's fireworks for next year, Mr. McKenna.
Well, here goes the Adirondacks.
And a very good thing, too.